What is going on, Laker fans? Welcome to pre-game live talk. You're on Purple and Gold stream, your home of 2020 NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers have a back-to-back game tonight against the Chicago Bulls in Staples Center. They're looking to, even their home court record, which right now they're standing at 2-3. They wanna, but tonight, earlier report confirmed that KCP and Anthony Davis will be out for tonight's game. Anthony Davis with the right adductor strain and the KCP for left ankle sprain. He suffered in 2 weeks ago. So Lakers will be without AD. I don't know who they will put in replacement of AD. Possibly Montreal's Harrell. This is the only guy that's can replace with AD in a power forward position, number 4. So tonight will be the first time you'll see Montreal Harrell's start for the Lakers. Of course, I think the ideal starting lineup is Schroeder, Kuzma, LeBron, Harrell, and Gasol. Pretty sure that's going to be the starting 5 for the Lakers tonight. And they're playing Chicago. After they had a 0-3 record, they've been playing well for the past 3 games. Doesn't mean that Lakers cannot win, but they're playing at home, and also they have some, makeup to do after losing last night's game against Spurs. I just want to see Lakers come out strong tonight and just dominate pretty much throughout the game. Who do you think will be the X factor for tonight? I'm picking Dennis Schroeder. He needs to really revamp his game up, step up his game up. It doesn't really matter whether he's going back to the bench, whether Frank Vogel will make a decision and might send him to the bench and then try to see how the rotation works, or bring up other guys from the bench, like possibly Wesley Matthews. Once KCP recover from the injury, I'm pretty sure there will be a change in the lineup. I'm not sure if Kuzma will stay as a starter, but if Schroeder goes to the bench, there's a possibility that Kuzma will be a starter. Nothing's confirmed, just my assumption. It's my prediction. So hopefully things look better for the Lakers tonight. The other news around the NBA, Kyrie Irving he will be missing another game against the Memphis Grizzlies tonight due to personal reason. There's no exact reason why he's missing the game. And the Dallas Mavericks confirmed that one of the players is tested positive for coronavirus, and the 2 are already in 7-day quarantine. So prior to flight from Denver to Dallas, the Mavericks learned of a positive coronavirus test for player and 2 additional players who are expected to quarantine for 7 days due to contact tracing. The 3 players remain in Denver. See, like yesterday, the Sixers, Seth Curry is positive with coronavirus. Now today, the Dallas Mavericks player is tested for coronavirus. So these things happen. If you're not playing in the bubble, right, you can constantly have some players getting tested for positive because they're getting exposed. You don't know where they will be after the game, where they end up will be, and where they got the virus from. So it's really difficult to really watch out for all the player getting positive. Even they're wearing a mask, they're trying to minimize the contact with other people. Still, it's because they're still going to be traveling around with their families, malls and public places, where other people can be exposed to it. So very risky. And Kemba Walker is coming back on Friday against Orlando Magic the next week, Friday next week. So he's been out since the beginning of the season. He had a knee problem for the past 2 months, and he's cleared to begin the practicing with the team by its team doctor confirmed that he could start practicing with the team, possibly to join and start on next Friday's game against the Orlando Magic. No, that's good news for the Boston fans. Stephen Curry is confirming that he will be playing tonight against the Clippers, and then Wiggins is questionable. So these are, and the Kyle also will be out for personal reason again in tonight's game in Sacramento. So I don't think Kyle is out because of COVID-19 protocol, just a personal reason, and he'll be out. That as far as the NBA news goes. There's not much to really cover. Since I already mentioned about the Seth Currys and the 76ers staff. The players, members of the players have to get isolated in New York. And not sure. And the Joel Embiid, especially, he has a 3-month-old son. He needs to self-isolate from his family because he doesn't want to have his son get infected with the virus. Very risky for the 3-month-old who has not developed the organs completely yet. The immune systems are weak, so we have to watch out for that. And these kind of things could happen to any players in the league, so they need to keep watching out for the contact tracing, make sure they get tested regularly, and the vaccine situation look like it's not doesn't sound very good so far. One of the men in Miami, after he got vaccinated, he passed away. Just confirmed today, he died of anaphylactic shock. So it could be other reason than just vaccine. Maybe there's some substances that he was allergic to. Well, anaphylactic shock usually happens like the bee sting, a bee allergy. So I'm pretty sure it's not. You can't just blame for the vaccine for his cause of his death, but it has to be very careful whether it's safe to get vaccinated. And I'm very reluctant to say that any normal people who's thinking about getting vaccinated, you have to think a little careful about that. Yeah, I'm never against vaccination, but because usually the vaccine, it takes quite a while before it becomes published or it becomes available in the public. But because coronavirus is so lethal and it's fatal, a lot of people in the world are dying every day. This just seems like they rushed a little bit without maybe just skipping one step of the trial. So you cannot really say that it's safe to get vaccinated with the Pfizer's or the Moderna. It's mRNA is the first time they actually, but they have the formula before. They had all these vaccine, what do you call it, blueprint, So they didn't just make it out of just nothing. They had all these things already set up, and scientists was very confident that this vaccine will be successful. But now I was hearing a lot of news about the negative side effects and then all these problems it's causing to human body. Can be very positive about how the vaccination is working for people who get administered. That's just my thought, and I cannot really say anything unless the scientists really, give approval whether it's safe or not. But so far, it's been said it's safe to get vaccinated. I know a lot of healthcare workers are getting vaccinated, but we'll have to see the result, how much success rate that it will present. And it's really about the percentage, the success rate. If there is a less side effects, a less problem they're giving to each people, then there's no reason why we shouldn't get vaccinated. But if you see more cases like today, that the man who died in Florida happens again, people will be very skeptical, and they will be scared to get vaccinated because they can't trust the effects. That's all for me for preview the pre-game live. And I hope you guys enjoy the game. And I will be back with another pre-game show on, on Saturday. Let me check what the match we have. It looked like the whole Lakers schedule, and then I have to be. So it'll be against Houston on Sunday so it'll be against Houston on Sunday. And they have a back-to-back against Houston, and there'll be 3-game road trip: Houston, and Oklahoma City. And that'll be interesting. Pretty sure we'll probably lose one of the game in Houston. Maybe just go 2-1 on the 3-game road. It really depends whether we'll get our full roster back with KCP, and Frank Vogel will make some adjustment their lineup. See, we're having problem with the defense, our defensive switch, and we're having problem getting outshot by other teams' shooter. We're late on the switch, and our communication is not working like smoothly. So I just have to see how tonight's game actually could be a startup of something good, and we'll have to see about that. All right, you guys enjoy the show. I will post up my post-game recap after the game. Peace.